If you guys watch until the end of this video, we are doing something really, really special, right, Vance? I think you got something for us. Okay, yeah, just watch until the end. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Everyday Minimalist, and today is a big video because I'm giving you, or I guess we're giving you guys, a first look at the 2024 season release with Benchmade knives. I've got Vance Collver here. What do you do there, Vance? Tell us all about you.
Well, I'm the Director of Product Line Management at Benchmade. Been with the company for quite some time. And
how long is quite some time?
I'm coming up on 30 years.
30 years. That's longer than I've been alive. So I was just saying that's awesome. I mean, you were working there when I was looking at my first Benchmades. Yeah. Tell me, what's your favorite model right now from Benchmade?
Oh man, that is an impossible question to answer. There are so many models that I love. The knife that's finding itself in my pocket the most is the 273-03 Mini Adamus with the marble carbon fiber and CPM MagnaCut. Love that knife.
Speaking of which, the first, I guess, line that we're going to be talking about is the Mini Adamus. And let me pull these out real quick because this guy right here is the new variant of the marbled carbon fiber Mini Adamus. Tell us more about that, man.
So you can't have an Adamus without having an auto. So the Mini Adamus family's done really well for us. They're great knives. I mean, the Adamus family itself is known for being, tanks. Just overbuilt. And we love that about the family. With the success of the Mini Adamus manuals, we wanted to come out with the exact same options, but in automatic.
That's perfect.
They feature oversized safeties, kind of has a fidget factor, but that way you can lock it open, you can lock it closed. And just like the manuals, the 03 has the marble carbon fiber, the CPM MagnaCut blade, the FDE accents on the liners, the decorative ring, and the deep carry clip. And then the standards come in the same features, the CPM crewwear, G10 with the Cerakote blade finishes, black oxide accents and liners. So more of a tactical look, but still a great pocket carry.
Yeah, and they're all new for 2024. Quick size comparison if you want to show them the full size versus the Mini Adamus. And
the full size Auto Adamus, they're just beasts. They're great knives, super durable, but they're big and heavy. And so we wanted to give people an option to have something that's a little bit more carry friendly.
Absolutely. And this one literally took Knife of the Year, the manual version for 2023, or at least my pick. And I just love the fact that they put MagnaCut in this. I mean, whoever made that decision, dude, that's awesome. So this next family is pretty sweet because it's a brand new model that probably no one has ever seen before, except maybe you.
Yeah, so this is our Claymore OTF line. The intention of the Claymore family was to provide a durable, lightweight automatic knife. Our other OTFs, like the Infidel and Autocrat, they're great knives, but they're a little heavier with the aluminum or the G10. And so in keeping with the intent of the original Claymore push-button autos, where we wanted a very durable yet lightweight push-button auto, and the challenge we gave to engineering is how can we reduce as much weight as possible without compromising the strength and durability. And so that same mindset went into developing the Claymore OTFs. So they feature a lot of the design aesthetic that you came to know with the push-button autos, with the ball bearing texture, the FTE in Morse code on the front. Also featured the CPM D2 deep carry clip, and then these are a side fire OTF.
Nice.
In keeping with that whole concept of the Claymore, it's a nice, durable, tough beater OTF. It'd be a great EDC.
I think you guys have two different blade variants as well. So there's like a plain edge and then a serrated version.
That's right? As well as colors. So you can get it in the Ranger green or the black, but also the double edge, standard edge. And the Claymore OTFs will be the first time we've done a dual serration, and it's a new serration pattern for us. They're large, aggressive scallops. It looks mean. It looks great.
Yeah, that's good.
Looks really aggressive, but it's a double-edged, aggressive scalloping, and it does have some practical use. More fibrous materials. You can get in there and really work it.
Yeah, and if you guys want the smaller version, there's this guy too. When are these going to be launching?
The large are launching early spring, and the minis are going to be early summer.
Next up, we have the readout, which I believe is a model that's already there, but you guys did some updates to it.
The readout was intended to be just a workhorse beater, and the original readout had a multi-tone colorway with the gray and the green and the gray blade, and so this variant is just a blackened out version. So black blade, black handles, black handle strap. Everything else is the same. You can get it in plain edge or serration. But it's really designed to be a workhorse, and some people just like that look of an all-black knife. It's kind of old-school Benchmade.
Absolutely.
And so it's kind of nodding back to that. The inspiration for the handle style is actually from an old outdoorsman's knife, the Kephart. Axis lock, the convenience of axis lock, the deep carry clip, CPM D2, beat it up, use
this is a complete beater knife.
Yeah.
I mean, you can literally do whatever you want with it, and it'll endure. Okay, next up, we have a couple other OTFs, and you guys might be familiar with these ones. Vance, tell me about these ones. What's so special about them?
So, a variant of the shootout. One of the things that we are inspired by with the shootout is we really think that OTFs make great EDCs. Some of the benefits of a OTF is you can take it out of your pocket, fire it, cut whatever you need to do, open your Amazon box, retract it.
That was easy.
Put it back in your pocket. It's extremely convenient. And so they make great EDC knives. So the original shootouts came out in a tonneau blade. So these, the 5371s, have a more traditional drop point blade. So it's great for EDC, just everyday usage. Not everybody likes the tonneaus. They're a little bit more difficult to sharpen. And so this drop point blade variant gives you all of the functionality you would get in a shootout, but with a more user-friendly blade.
I love the shootout. I mean, the action of these are just amazing. They also put my most favorite pocket clip on them. So these deep carry clips, and then the glass breaker, which is pretty cool too.
Yeah, and then available in the two materials. So the black one is in the CF Elite material, and then we also have the Ranger Green and Grivery.
Next up is a completely new line that I think you guys are introducing.
That's right.
What are you guys calling it?
We're calling this our water line. It's a number of products that are all designed to be used in and around water. So whatever sport, whether it's fishing, kayaking, any kind of boating, anything where you're going to be around water and you don't want to have to worry about how the water's going to impact your knife. So they're meant to get wet. Yeah, so the entire line that we're going to show you, we went with CPM MagnaCut. And that was very intentional. CPM MagnaCut's a great steel. It's extremely tough. I refer to it as stainless crewware. All right, this first one I'm going to talk about is the intersect. So it's a little fixed blade with a modular sheath system. So you have the convenience of use in a fixed blade, the reliability of a fixed blade, but in a compact size. And it comes with this sheath system that can be carried outside the waistband. It can be carried inside the pocket, inside the waistband. Has a large deep carry style clip with a J hook on it, so you could even hook it into something with a molly strap. Fixed blade will go in either direction, and then it has this Hypalon snap strap to secure it in place.
I noticed that you guys went a little bit different on the actual handle as well.
Yeah, the material for this knife specifically is a Sanaprene, so it has a tactile feel. It's still durable. It's not gummy or soft, but has enough of a it gives you this kind of like a rubberized grip feel to it. And when your hands are wet and cold, it's
you
fantastic.
have a solid purchase onto the blade. And then we've got a slightly bigger one here, which looks very interesting.
This next one we're going to talk about is the undercurrent. So this is a full-size fixed blade. This one's really designed to be your go-to heavy use knife, depending on whatever you need. It could be for cutting line. It could be your safety knife on your boat. It can be even used for descaling fish. It features a serration pattern, so that especially for cutting through line, rope, any of that kind of stuff. Oversized Santoprene handle. The ergonomics on this specifically, again, if you're wearing neoprene gloves, or you're just barehanded and your hands are wet, slimy, cold, this is really designed to give you a good grip. Your fingers really wrap into that dished out feature. Features this injection molded sheath.
Now, this sheath, I've never seen anything like it. So tell me why you guys did it and what the special feature is, I guess.
Sure. On a boat, say, where things are a little hectic, maybe you need to kind of secure your knife. And maybe you're on a inflatable. And so you don't want your knife coming out of the sheath accidentally.
Absolutely.
You want to have total control of your gear in those types of situations. So this mechanism just allows the knife to be locked in place into the sheath, but it's very intuitive to extract the knife, or under stress, be able to extract the knife without having to fiddle around with the sheath. As you grip the knife and your thumb just falls right on that tab and pushes down, it releases the blade. We didn't want to overcomplicate it, just make it easy to use, very intuitive, but give you that extra level of confidence that the sheath is going to function when you need it to.
Very cool. Now on to the folders, it looks like. There's a couple of them.
Yeah, so we have a family of folders. The Adira come in two sizes, full size and a mini. Grivery handles in our depth blue colorway, much like you're seeing on the rest of these knives, to really kind of indicate this is our water line. This full size Adira has a pretty good size handle. So again, if you're wearing neoprene gloves, there's enough space to be able to grip that knife and have good sure grip. But even without gloves, you've got this nice guard up front to keep your hand from slipping forward, especially if your hands are cold and starting to get numb. And then we added these bright high-vis orange features for aesthetics, both on the thumb stud and this lanyard.
When are you guys launching the waterline?
These are coming out here in early spring.
Now we have some big ones. Tell me about these two.
These are the Bushcrafters. So they come in two sizes. There is a 7-inch fillet. Both of these are also in CPM Magna Cut. They feature our Select Edge for that super fine finished edge for delicate cuts. Works great for fish. Engineered flexion on the blade, so it's perfect for filleting. If you need something a little bit bigger, a 9-inch fillet. These are great fillet knives. Gives you stuff for those smaller fish, lake fish, to some of the bigger things that you would interact with. But these are going to be great products for us. So many of our hunt customers also fish, and so this gives them something specific for that activity.
So the next one is a very popular knife. I think you guys made some tweaks to it. What are we looking at?
This is our North Fork. Had a lot of feedback. The original had a recurve blade, which is great for functionality, but it's more challenging to sharpen. I had a lot of requests of doing a version of it with a straight edge, rather than just coming out with a new version of it with that minor change. We also updated some of the aesthetics, so to bring it in line with a lot of the other hunt lines. So we have the orange pivot ring and the bright orange back spacer, but great utility knife. That forward jimping, it's a great EDC, nice lightweight, and has that wood aesthetic, so it's a little bit different look than some of the other knives that we have.
So there are going to be a couple things that we don't have samples of or anything, but we can talk about them. So Vance, if you want to tell me about these couple fixed blades, they sound pretty cool.
Yeah, so one of our most popular fixed blade lines has been the Bushcrafter. We recently discontinued it, but that was intentional because we had planned on completely refurbishing that line. And the Bushcrafter 162 family was designed by Shane Seibert, and it was based off of his custom knife that he calls the Cascadia. With us refreshing it, we wanted to be truer to the actual custom design, so we worked really closely with Shane. The cool thing about this, we have two different looks with different materials, as well as two different sizes. So we actually have a mini Bushcrafter. The two different looks, you can get CPM crew wear with a black coated blade and carbon fiber handles with a red G10 layer, completely inspired off of Shane's Customs. And then we have more of a traditional look, like our old 162 Bushcrafter. We moved away from the foliage green G10 to an OD green G10, and that features a satin S30V blade. The carbon fiber crew wear versions come with a PIM sheath that's very modular. It allows you to add and remove features based on how you want to carry it. You could be scout carry, so a horizontal carry, vertical carry, strap it to a pack, remove all of those features and just throw it in your pack, however you want to carry it. And then the satin finished variants in the OD G10 and satin are going to come in leather, but it's an upgrade from the type of leather we used for the original 162, and it'll feature a ferro rod holder, loop,
cool.
and everything you've come to expect out of the Bushcrafter family. And again, both flavors, so to speak, come in a full-size Bushcrafter and the Mini.
Okay, now we're going to be focusing on the box and all of these goodies up here. I wanted to talk about these guys right here because there's a lot of color going on and they're of some very popular models. So tell me a little bit more about these three.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll start off with this one first. It's another color variant of the Bugout. So the Bugout has been a very popular product line for us. It's such a great EDC knife, thin, lightweight, easy to carry.
Sure.
And because of the materials that we use, it allows us to do a lot of different color variants. And so we like to have fun with the Bugout. And so this is going to be an inline version with the tan handles and the gold highlighted aluminum features. Even has a little bit of a dressy look if you want to be in something a little bit more formal. We also, for our seasonal colorways, so this will be limited just for season 1 of 2024, is this new sage green. Again, with this gold highlight color on the shootout and on the thumb studs for the Mini Bugout. And so the Mini Bugout features the sage green handles, the gold highlights, and then a new Cerakote color for us, which is a crushed silver. Almost looks like a satin finish, but you get the benefit of coated blade. But we liked that kind of, there's like a texture to it.
Sure.
It just gives it a little bit different look. And then with the shootout, we went with DLC. So again, just having fun with colors. Some may say it's an odd colorway for out the front, but again, the shootout is an EDC knife. It just happens to be an out the front. Great ergonomics, works great for anything, for slaying those Amazon boxes.
Yeah,
and so
in style.
Why can't you look good doing it?
Yep.
And so these are our two new seasonal colorways.
We saved the best for last, and these are the ones I really was excited about. First off, let's talk about this guy right here, Vance. I know that you said that you're kind of in the works with the gold class lineup at Benchmade and had a lot to say, but tell me about this guy.
Our unlimited limited gold class for 2024 is built off of the Immunity family. The Immunity has been a fun franchise for us, something that we had fun with. Everybody went through a crazy time recently with the pandemic.
Breathing was illegal. The floor was on fire. Houses were on fire.
And so the Immunity was actually developed during that time, hence having fun with the name. But it's a great little EDC. Having a gold version of it, a dress version of it, we thought was just a natural thing to do. The difference between this version is that we have an egg-air pattern Adamus steel blade, sapphire blue PVD accents, so the liners, the pocket clip, the thumb studs, the pivot pin, and the lanyard bead are all sapphire blue PVD. And then for the handles, we went with a unidirectional carbon fiber, and I just love how it plays with the light. It looks almost like charred wood, and you can see those different layers, but smooth milled, 3D milled, and so you can see that layering coming out. Everything you expect out of the Immunity, and that compact kind of a semi-aggressive look, high speed almost, but in all these dress materials.
Just an absolutely gorgeous knife. Yeah. I am in love with it, dude. Now, these are the ones that you're really enthused about, it sounds like, if you want to grab them on your side. What are we looking at?
Benchmade's logo is a butterfly. And a lot of people that don't know about our heritage, it's like, okay, knives in your logo's a butterfly. It's kind of weird. What's that about? They may not realize that the brand was founded from butterfly knives, balisongs. And the founder, he's a Filipino heritage and wanted to make a really cool balisong. That's how the company started. It's always been part of our DNA. But it's been a while since we've done something truly new in the balisong space. The needs of the balisong community has changed. And so this is a new line for us. It's the Necron 99, and it comes in a couple different versions. This first version with the dark red G10 has a DLC battle-washed S30V blade. It's a scimitar style, crown spine, red G10 handles with these black injection molded handle extensions, and I'll get into some of the features. And then if you don't like that aesthetic, we have a JG10 with a satin finish S30V blade, also in the scimitar blade style.
So there's some special features that you were telling me about, which makes this model completely different than anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So there's a heritage component, which we can talk about in a little bit, but from a technical aspect, we've observed, the flipping community, if I can call it that, and what they're into and the things they're doing and the tricks. It's all so innovative, and it's really changed that world. And so what we wanted to do is provide a balisong for that community that allows them to customize it for how they flip. And so they'll come with these handle extensions installed, but they're removable. They're user removable. So just by removing these black screws, and there's another screw underneath the handle, you can swap out these extensions and then put in just standard backspacers. And so that actually shortens the handle. So when I got into balisongs years ago, it was all about blade to handle ratio and super compact handles to large blades, right? If you like that carry style, you can do that. But for a lot of the tricks that people are doing now with the different flipping, the longer handles are ideal. Gives you more to manipulate. But underneath here, I've got the dampener in there so they didn't fall out.
Oh, okay.
So I've got these little tungsten weights in here spread out evenly. There's multiple slots here, so I can change location.
Where the weight is, and I can even remove the rubber dampener, and that all changes the dynamics of the flipping. So without the rubber dampener, these are going to move around. That's what gives you that clacking sound of the old kind of 42 balisong. I mentioned how balisongs are part of our heritage at Benchmade. We wanted these knives to harken back to that heritage. That rich heritage of, well over 40 years of balisongs. The old Benchmade, and even before Benchmade, the Pacific Cutlery balisongs kind of had this signature skeletonization pattern on a lot of their butterfly knives. And so we put that pattern into the liners. So that one cuts weight, so that the knife isn't too heavy. But that kind of old school skeleton pattern is in there, and you'll see it. I see that now.
Especially on the JG10 version, you get the light shining through it. You can see that skeleton pattern through there, and I think that's pretty cool. Going a little bit deeper, this is the first production knife Benchmade has produced with the scimitar blade, and specifically went with that because Jody Sampson, who used to grind all the custom balisongs for Benchmade, years ago, back in the 80s, and one of his favorite blades to grind was the scimitar.
Wow.
And and so this blade, introducing it in this model, was a nod back to Jody Sampson and all of those old customs they used to do. And then lastly, the name. The name, I'll let your viewers look it up, but the name is very specific, and it comes from a movie from the 70s. But the reason that name comes from that movie is because in that movie, one of the characters is named Weehawk. If you're familiar with Benchmade, one of our oldest blade styles, especially in the balisongs, is the Weehawk. And Jody Sampson, that blade style came from one of Jody Sampson's custom boot knives, and he called it the Weehawk. And that name came from that movie.
Wow.
And so the name of this knife also comes from that movie.
There's a lot of lore going into it.
Just a nod back to that heritage. of Benchmade and all those years of bally songs and Jody
Sure.
Sampson and everything that went into that. And but in a modern knife for modern flippers.
So, I mean, I'm like kind of nervous to actually use one of these. Can you just show me like a trick or two?
Yeah,
it sounds like you know how to flip, so.
Just super basic stuff. Now, these are latchless. So typically a Benchmade bally song always has a latch. And there's two different ways you can do it. A lot of times you'll hear a knife called the two different handles, like a safe handle and a bite handle.
Right.
And
Familiar
so,
with those.
yeah. And so if you're holding on to the bite handle and you're flipping this, the edge is going to shut down on your hand. So there's a feature on these handles. You'll notice that there's a little texture milling. And the safe handle has these little diamond milled features into it. And that is not so much about a visual feature, it's a tactile feature, so that no matter what you're doing, eyes open, eyes closed, doing aerials, catches,
Wow.
by grabbing it and holding onto the knife, you know which handle is the safe handle versus the bite handle. You don't have to know anything. You can just whack that thing back and forth
Yeah.
and do it really quickly. You're not really doing anything but opening and closing the knife.
Vance, show me some stuff, man.
Yeah, so, okay, with these scimitars, they're very sharp. And so if you're not feeling confident about flipping one of these, we do have a trainer version as well. And the Blue G10 handles, you know, we talked about the safe handles. So with the diamond texture, that's what you want to hold on to. There's foundational fundamental skills, right? And the first thing I recommend that people do is work on their timing of catching. And what I mean by that is just open it and close it. Open it and close it. Seems super ridiculous, but what you're working on is you're working on being able to hold it in your hand while it's opening and timing your catch. You're catching it. So you can just do simply catching the handle. You can do it from an opening, blade open. Again, catch the handle. That's a fundamental skill. You're just working that basic timing. The next foundational skill I have is just the spinning. Being able to just loosely in your hand let it spin. And it can be kind of awkward, you know, especially if you go backwards. Sometimes it can feel weird.
Sure.
So when you're opening a bally song, you're essentially opening it, spinning it, and catching it. And that's all that you're doing. And so once you get those two moves down, then you can embellish that. So you can do simple embellishments like a thumb roll. And these are very simple moves. And that all I am doing is rolling this between my thumb and forefingers. And it's just creating that dynamic. I'm not in danger of getting cut by the blade because I'm holding the safe handle. There's nothing you can do. And then I can just open and close. I can add a little finger twirl and open and close.
So that's how they do it.
All I'm doing is just that open, close catch, little thumb twirl in there. But those are some of the most basic things. And if you can get that down, you could do... Now you have a functional knife that you can carry. You can open it, do your cut, and close and catch. So once you get that timing down, you're good to go.
Yeah, and these new Necrons, I just literally put in some weights on my 99, and it sounds amazing. Let me grab it. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So Vance, I know that you might be holding out on some stuff. What can you tell us?
I guess I can talk about, we are going to do a variant of the Narrows. It's been a real popular knife. We're going to do a all black version where we're playing with texture. And so it's going to have glossy black as well as matte black features on that knife. And so that's going to be coming out late spring, early summer, 748 BK01. That's pretty cool. And I know today we've talked a lot about heritage on some of these products. And so there's some exciting heritage items coming out that I'm just going to tease you with. And we'll have to talk about next time.
Ah, you're teasing me. Naughty, naughty.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, heritage. I'm just gonna guess that it's gonna be something really good. I actually don't even know what it is. So I mean,
yeah. I mean, you know, with our company being around as long as it has, you know, there may be some significant anniversaries that are coming up that we want to recognize.
So you guys might want to just do some digging, and then you'll figure it out. I guess I don't know. So we've been keeping you guys on the edge of your seat until the end of this video, and I promise you guys it would be worth it. So we are doing a collaborative giveaway with Benchmade on this entire Holme Hadfield Armada box filled with a bunch of the new 2024 season models. So Vance, tell us what the giveaway, I guess, winner is going to get with all this stuff. Look at his face.
15 knives. Every one of the models you see here, plus a couple more. At least one representative of each of the families that we talked about today. So the gold class immunity, a 99 Necron, the carbon fiber version of the mini auto Adamus, Claymores, 3 different shootouts, both the large and small Adira, a readout, basically.
Yeah, like this. It's also got some extra knives.
Yeah, and
right
the seasonal colorways of the Bugout.
Yeah, there's some good stuff in here, guys. So all you guys have to do to enter is basically go into the comment section and let us know what your most favorite 2024 Benchmade model is and why. And then also fill out the entry form in the description. The giveaway is going to be live from today, the 16th, all the way up until the 26th. So guys, make sure that you enter on this. Share this with your friends. Maybe they'll increase your odds of winning. And best of luck to all of you guys. Vance, thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
And yeah, we'll have to catch you on the next one.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys, remember to stay hydrated and peace out.